The daily news bulletins of the day, every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name's Okumaringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news making headlines today. In the headlines tonight, arrested Arua district officials remanded to Arua government prison. Aura Mundu clan new chief installed in Zombo district. Uganda Bureau of Statistics embarks on national census mapping campaign in Arua City. This and more in the NILE CAST News Bulletin. It's the 20th of January 2024. You're most welcome to the NILE Cast, only on West Nile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the evening. On the 19th of January, Ania Undu, the Joachim, the Arua District Senior Environment Officer, who also doubles as the Dr. Deep Desk Officer, together with Owen Onzima, and the area facilitator, were remanded at Arua Government Prison for allegedly stealing 20 million shillings. The two, however, deny the allegations and are expected to appear again in court on the 23rd of January to allow court to make investigations and amendments to the matter. Farish Majid has more.
Andy Andu Joachim, the Arua District Senior Environment Officer, together with Owen Onzima, an area facilitator who were earlier this week on Monday arrested on allegations of stealing 20 million Ugandan shillings, were yesterday remanded to Arua main government prison till Wednesday 24th of January 2024. The two were arrested for allegedly attempting to defraud the community members of Ombomba Village Savings Group of the money meant for the implementation of Development Response to Displacement Project, commonly known as Dr. Deep in Ajia Sub-County, Arua District. While appearing before His Worship Paul Matiama, the Arua Chief Magistrate, the two denied the accusations levied against them.
Owen, on the 27th day of December 2023 at Arua Local Government Office premises in Central Cell in Arua City, stole money worth 20 million shillings, the property of the government of Uganda.
Working Uganda, so what has been read to you? Is it true or not? It's false. Oh, well, Uganda, that's what has been read to you? Yes, sir. Is it true or not? It's not true.
Simon Angumale, the resident state attorney of Arua, who was represented by Thomas Ginyera, the senior state prosecutor asked court to adjourn the matter for some few days so as to allow them establish where exactly to handle the case.
So, this court when he gave me instructions on phone to handle this matter, told me to inform the court that there is need to establish whether this is a matter of theft or whether it is a matter that should be tried by the anti-corruption court after further investigation leading to an amendment. So, he informed the immediate place for an adjournment to enable us and the police in particular to do that in a short while.
But however, Michael Ezadi Onyafia of Onyafia and Company advocates, the lawyer representing the two accused persons, opposed the state attorney's request of adjournment as he sought for bail to be granted to his clients.
We also under the presumption of innocence and proven guilty. Anyone who is not the applicant for this bail has in court two sureties who have got their national identification documents and the area local council 1 production letters. The applicant for bail himself has the national identification document and also the introduction letter from his area LC1.
After carefully listening to the two sides represented by their lawyers, His Worship Paul Matiama, the Chief Magistrate of Arua, guided by adjourning the matter till Wednesday next week.
Would not be fatal based on the reasoning above. I have therefore decided to grant the short adjournment to 24th of January, which is next week on Wednesday, 2024, for mention to any of the state consider its options. In the event that we come back on that day, and in the event that we come back and no amendment has been preferred by the state, then we shall go ahead and hear the application. So you both further remanded till then.
The two were accused of fraudulently stealing 20 million Ugandan shillings meant for facilitating the Dr. Deep project in the district on the 27th of December 2023. The incident is said to have taken place from the district premises in Central Division in Arua City, but they were picked early this week on Monday 15th of January 2024 as the matter is already in the courts awaiting judgment. Farish Majid, West Nile TV, NILE CAST.
And more in our stories this evening amidst jubilations from clan members and political leaders all across the board. The calm and smiling new chief of Awora Mundu Chiefdom in Zeu Sub-County, Zombo District, Francis Dennis Ringulango III, has promised to be obedient while serving as chief of the chiefdom and the Alur Kingdom. Alfred Jawok has more on that story.
During his remark, shortly after his consecration and installation as the second chief of Awora Mundu Chiefdom, the new chief said he will work together with the Alur Kingdom and serve the people diligently without tribal differences during his leadership. According to Ringulango II, he will be lawful and obedient to both Christians and other elected leaders across Greater Nebi.
Today is a very big day for us, the people of Awora, as I take charge as the new chief of this great people. I'm very happy to work with Yalo, and I look forward to being discuss with the other members of the kingdom.
Furthermore, during the coronation, Reverend Father John Nicholas Odakudit, the parish priest, Zeu Catholic Parish, who preached the sermon during the consecration, called upon the new chief to stand firm with God, as at this time when the cultural institutions are going through many challenges of divisionism, among others.
And happiness, that is what we are experiencing today. That one of us, according to the will of God, has been appointed to lead this land for which we gather here. And our prayer is that we humble ourselves, we pray for him, we pray for this land, that first we recognize the will of God in what we do. And we do everything possible to make this land give allegiance to God, who elects and anoints kings according to his will. May we join this land in praising God, in thanking him that we have a leader.
Meanwhile, John Amato, the Prime Minister Awora Mundu Chiefdom, expressed his gratitude as they have their own chief who will coordinate with the Alur Kingdom, since previously the clan was lagging behind as they didn't have their chief.
Awora land is a great leader. we were under other regimes. Today, we are free to be under our leader, that is one Francis Davis. He is the first leader taking care of all our clan, the Kingdom. So we are happy for the first time to organize ourselves as a frequency, work together with each other in the hand, the frequency gain power, and we work together so that the Siena Kawura are not flew out, and we can work together so that we know ourselves from the various areas where we are departing. So we are happy for the today's celebration, we are together to make us the plan throughout the Kingdom within Uganda and the current.
Francis O. Dennis Ringolango II was born in 1983 and installed as chief today at the Omaram Trading Center, Zombo District, where the palace is located. The need to bring together the people of Awora Mondo and the moral standards of the people have always been aspects of consideration in terms of the existence of any given organized community. It is very well known that a chieftaincy is an important focal point for grassroots mobilizations and instruments for social cohesion. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories this evening. Every 10 years, Uganda, through Uganda Bureau of Statistics, conducts a national census to identify the number of people so as to plan for the country. Uganda last had this exercise in 2014, as plans are already underway for the next national population census. This year in May, according to the Uganda Bureau of Statistics, the exercise will be conducted online with plans of already recruiting numerators. Farish Majid has more on that story.
As the days for the next national population census to plan for the next 10 years draws closer, Uganda Bureau of Statistics, the entity charged with the exercise, is undergoing a nationwide tour to raise awareness on census mapping ahead of the exercise slated for May this year. Yesterday, the team from UBOS had an engagement with several stakeholders, among whom included the leaders and the media fraternity from Arua City at the City Council Hall. Nancy Agnes Anyango, the Public Relations Officer for Uganda Bureau of Statistics, says the countrywide tour on census mapping is to prepare them before the actual exercise.
Census mapping precedes the actual census that we are going to have in May of 2024. So what we are basically doing here is we are trying to establish the new boundaries that Arua City has. We are also trying to establish the enumeration areas that we shall enumerate in May, so that we don't find ourselves in a place of we employ few enumerators and yet the enumeration areas are more than the number we have on board. So this census mapping is going to help us determine how many enumerators we need. Not only that, it's going to give us a picture of the facilities in Arua.
Anyango then added, this year's census, unlike the previous ones, is going to be conducted digitally.
For the first time in Uganda, we are moving away from the paper-based census to a digital census. Enumerators or people coming to county are basically going to come with tablets. They are like phones to your house, and it's going to be fed with the questionnaire and of your language. This time we also translated all questionnaires into all the languages spoken in Uganda, so that when an enumerator comes to your house, and that's the beauty with digital, everything will be on the system in that copy, in that tablet, that is just a click away. So imagine previously we would come with a questionnaire. So you come to Arua you carry big bulky papers because there's more than 10 languages here. But this time everything has been fed in that tablet.
Some of the leaders of the city made the following remarks and recommendations to the entity before conducting the actual exercise.
I assume everybody is involved. If the RCC is here, if the mayor is here, which means the entire city has been informed. So we are going to deliver the informations, and we shall be very grateful to see that our IPFs improve from this upcoming census, because we had previously a lot of errors.
For us local leaders, we don't want headache of using people, and then you don't pay them, you don't deliver what is supposed to be for them, then later they run to mayor, they run to RCC. No, we don't like it. I want to feel that you do everything transparent. So much is going to be given to the enumerators, so much is going to be given to the supervisors, so much if the RCC, mayor, CISO, maybe DPC and so on are supposed to monitor. For DPC, I think they will be moving around to do security check. If there is some facilitation for those offices, let it be on the wall. Let it be on the wall. This business of people managing money from their pockets. It's just like this when you are supposed to be facing here.
And we all appreciate that census is very important in a country, and even for us as a local government. I know Uganda has been engaging in this exercise for some time, and each other subsequent census teaches us lessons that we learn. And for us in urban management, it is an important tool for planning purposes, because if we don't know the population we are serving, then we cannot plan for them adequately. And I want to believe, and I'm eager to hear from the team, there should be new parameters introduced in this upcoming census. Why I'm saying this is we are grappling with challenges which the previous census did not capture well. You know, we deal with, first of all, the planning figures are based on the night population. I know when you are counting people who spent night at a particular location in a particular night.
Charles Ichogore, the Arua City Resident City Commissioner, issued a strong warning to the persons planning to disrupt the process.
Have, what do you call them? The witch doctors. The witch doctors. I don't know whether we have witch doctors here. They are there. They don't want to listen about census. Also, pardon?
They advertise openly.
Also, let me know, we shall go and ban their shrines, because that is sabotaging a government program.
Uganda last held the population census in 2014, where Uganda's population stood at 36.24 million people, which is expected to shoot up in the upcoming national census. Oracle Benson Pastore, Faris Majid, West Nile Television, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories this evening. The Minister of State for Defense in charge of Veteran Affairs, Honorable Huda Abaison Oleru, has commended the retiring senior officers for their brave and devoted service to the country, starting from NRA struggle and continuing throughout their career in the Uganda People's Defense Forces. She was speaking at the closure of the 5-day sensitization and documentation exercise of 190 to 162 retiring senior officers at the Non-Commissioned Officers Academy in Jinja. Oleru highlighted that their selfless attitude in taking up arms to defend their country when it was most needed without any concern of payment, but only for the sake of self-sacrifice. And that viewer marks the end of the NILE cast only on West Nile Television. Thank you always, viewers, for taking the time to be with us from the beginning of the NILE cast to the end of the NILE cast only on West Nile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that may follow. My name's